this is the IPI QBZ-75 HE. It's a 75% Hall effect keyboard with rapid trigger and aluminum, and it has adjustable actuation and a more complete layout. So I'm testing it how it actually feels and if it's worth it. Now, for first impressions, the layout already feels like more practical than a 75% keyboard. If we compare it to the IPI Flash, this is already a difference, as you can tell with the size. It has a much wider and bigger, and the keys are a bit more practical if you're looking for that 75%. Now, design wise, the QBZ-75 looks really clean and very modern. The 75% layout gives you very nice whip function keys right here on the F keys, and more usability without taking too much space. And it's kind of layout that works with both gaming and everyday use. The build quality is one thing that really caught my attention. They really put in details and effort within the RGB right here in the back, as you can see, and overall really clean build. When we're talking about looks, we should be talking about the build quality. As it's in aluminum, the build quality is very solid. It doesn't feel hollow or cheap at all, which most people think because it's from a Chinese brand, but IPI has actually put a lot of effort with their build quality, and it stays in place pretty good during the use of playing or just typing in general. So as you can see, it has these feet right here of rubber, so it sticks in place. Now going over to switches, this is a Hall effect keyboard and it's using Hall effect switches like any other Hall effect keyboard, and this uses magnetic switches, so the actuation isn't fixed. You can just fully customize when keys activate. And going over to a little bit more of a detail with the switches, how they look, they are crystal clear. They are very transparent with a bottom out right here, so it's closed, and as you can see, this stem is really good, so it doesn't cause any wobble. This is how it looks closed up, really clean actually. Now, when playing or just typing, the key feels really nice actually. It's really soft to press, and I mean, it just feels really stable also because the stem doesn't wobble, it doesn't feel mushy or loose. And for fast input, this would be a really good keyboard for consistency overall. So it's really good for like slow presses and rapid trigger. A good keyboard that would replicate this type of, build would be something like a Drunk Dare A75 or some other keyboard in that style of range. Now, going over to the keycaps, it has a crystal clear transparency just like the switches. However, it has a kind of a matte tone on top, and the keycaps feel really solid as well. They don't feel cheap, and they match overall the build really nicely, especially because the build of the case is silver. Now for specifications, in terms of specs, you're getting the important features with adjustable actuation, rapid trigger, and a high polling rate. Now going over to the gasket mount structure, it has a polycarbonate plate with keycaps, North Guard switches, plate foam, IXP foam, and then switch pad, and then of course the PCB, and a bottom foam and a bottom case, and then the adjustable feet right here in the bottom. It sounds a lot, which makes this build very complex, but it's actually really easily to separate and custom build this eventually. All you need to do is just remove this top right here. There is other videos that explain this very well. Now going over to software, the software of this keyboard, the QB75, is web-based, so you don't need to install anything, and from here you can just adjust your actuation points, enable rapid trigger, tweak your settings, and customize your lighting if that's something you want to do perhaps. They also have this RGB strip in the back that you can change, and overall with the build, it has this little sensor right here. I don't know what it stands for, but it looks really clean. So to connect the keyboard, all you want to do is go on the IPI's website, connect the keyboard, and click on the keyboard, and from here you got all these settings. You can go on always on mode, which changes the RGB to always on, and you can choose your own color here. You got neon mode and whatever you prefer. And on performance, you can choose your preferred switch if you're ever hot swapping, and your actuation could be set right here, and your rapid trigger can be turned on or off. So I hope this concludes with the software. So let's quickly go over to some gameplay that I'll show you guys with the keyboard. Now, for gameplay, I also tried it briefly in Osu and Valorant, as you can see right here, and it feels really responsive and easy to control. And for the price of the keyboard, you're actually getting something that you're paying for, in my opinion, especially with the whole gasket mount and the premium feel. Now, if you want a 75% Hall effects keyboard without going all the way up, something like a Wooting, and more in their mid-range price, around $100, this is definitely worth considering. And especially if you like the aesthetics and the premium build, the fact that it has a RGB strip in the back and some really nice keycaps and clean look overall, this is definitely something that you should buy. So I hope that concludes with this review, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.